There was a time when I was so miserable and unhappy with everything going on in my life that I thought happiness was not even achievable at all. I thought that everybody was just as miserable and just as unhappy as me. A lot of it had to do with overworking because that overwork made me not enjoy life as much, and then the other part of it was COVID. That also took a toll on me as well. Because I hated working and my work at the time, I thought that everybody else was the same exact way and that they hated their job. All of this was prior to me fixing my mental health and learning different things that I could do to become happier. I just thought I was completely right that nobody else could be happy as well. I believe it's called projection, which is when your judgment of other people, it's basically based off of flawed thinking, but due to your own struggles. Let me give an example of this in our daily life. Let's say that there's somebody you know and you always get pissed off at them because they're always complaining or they're always being too narcissistic. Part of the reason why you're seeing that is because that's a trait that you actually have, but you don't necessarily know about. The bad qualities you're seeing off of other people are a projection of the bad qualities that you actually have yourself. Now, that's not going to be the case 100% of the time, but you'd be shocked how often it actually is true. You can learn quite a bit about yourself just based off of the judgment you have of other people. So now that I'm at a good point in my life with my mental health and I'm fairly happy, I realized that back then, when I was thinking that everybody hated their life and everybody hated their job, all that was just a projection based off of how I was feeling about my own life at the time. I now understand that I can't be blind to reality just because my life is a certain way. Just because I'm unhappy doesn't mean that everybody else is unhappy. Even though many people still do hate their jobs and many people still do live miserable lives, it's not going to be the case 100% of the time. I genuinely felt like it was impossible to be happy and that anybody who claimed to be happy was just lying out their ass. That's not the case. I was just being a dumb shit who didn't understand the truth. Seeing this now is a super important lesson to me because I'm going to start analyzing myself more based off of my projections and see which areas of my life need work. Because more than likely, if I'm judging something about somebody else, it's something that needs to be fixed for me.